Hey everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all who all are joining us globally. My name is Parth Varu. I am the Events and Program Manager for Microsoft Reactor Bangalore. And yes, I welcome you all to yet another episode of MVP Connect. But before we start our today's session, let's go through our code of conduct. We all are here to learn together, participate together. So please be respectful of other people's views, understanding their differences, be kind and considerate in a way we all engage. Yes, we do encourage you all to participate. Please drop all your questions in the chat section and we'll pick it up from there. Now, now I would like to bring in up our speaker for today's event, our MVP, uh, Janarthana. Hey, hi,
Hey,
Janarthana.
hi.
How are you?
Hey, hi, Parth. Good, Parth. What about you?
Going all good. It's monsoon in
Yes,
India and we are enjoying it.
yes.
Yes, Janarthana, would you like to share a quick short bio of yourself before we start our today's event?
Okay, Parth. So let me share my screen.
The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Parth. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, everyone who are joined at different parts of the world. Today's topic is about the unleashing safety solutions for generative AI with the Azure Content Safety. So my name is Janathan Selvaraj. I am a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional under the AI category, as well as I'm a Microsoft Certified Trainer. Then I'm a C Sharp Corner MVP as well. So I used to contribute for articles and blogs under the C Sharp Corner page, and I'm also awarded from the Top Voice LinkedIn in Artificial Intelligence as well as the Machine Learning, and I'll be mentoring the hackathons as well as the Code Without Barriers program in Microsoft. Then, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn handle. And I'm a Microsoft certified data scientist as well as the AI engineering associate. Also, I am a certified Python programmer as well. Let's get started. The agenda for today's topic about the Azure AI Content Safety at high level view. What are the Content Safety Studio capabilities available as part of Microsoft Azure? The various Content Safety APIs, and we will deal about the text moderation as well as the image moderation, and finally we'll move on to the text block list moderation hands-on with respect to the Azure Content Safety. And finally, we'll discuss about the content safety use cases and the pricing model of content safety. The Azure AI Content Safety, it is a service where you will be able to detect the harmful user generated content as well as the AI generated content in your Azure OpenAI Studio as well as the Machine Learning Prompt Flow Studio. This particular service, it is going to detect the services where you have a harmful content both for text moderation as well as image related moderation, and the multi-modal content is still in the preview page of Content Safety Studio. And if you see this Content Safety Studio, the Content Safety Studio, it is a new service which is available in your Microsoft Azure platform. And this content safety, it is possible to categorize your content safety into various categories along with the respective threshold severity levels. In general, the content safety will be classified into four categories. Number one, hate category, sexual category, the self-harm, and finally the category is violence. These are the four types of categories available as part of the content classification level is concerned. Each and every category will be assigned with a severity score on a range of 0 to 6. On a range of 0 to 6, the content classification levels, the severity scores has been assigned. And if you notice, 0 means it is a safe severity, 2 indicates it is a low severity, and 4 indicates your medium severity, and 6 being the highest severity. So any severity which is having the higher risk, that particular content will automatically blocked from your Microsoft Azure AI services. And when it comes to the medium risk, what will be happening? The content moderator able to analyze and prioritize those content. Is this content, how will you able to moderate into a lower content risk? When it comes to a lower content risk, that particular content will automatically approved by the content moderators. So now, so far we have discussed the content safety services, various classification levels, various severity level categories, as well as the respective severity scores as part of the Azure AI content safety services as concerned. There are three major APIs will be available as part of the content safety API is concerned. One is the text detection API. The second one is the image detection API. The last one, text blocklist management API. These are the three types of APIs are available as part of the product type in your content safety studio. Related to the text detection API, you may able to scan a text related content safety related to any of these four categories. It could be violence, it could be hate, or it could be self-harm, or it could be a sexual related content for the inappropriate text material. And if you want to scan any content which are inappropriate for the images, you can make use of the image detection API. Similarly, you want to block a certain amount of text which are a block content, you can use text blocklist management API. We will see all these API related classification in our custom model building in the hands-on section. So this is a content safety studio in your Microsoft Azure portal, and you can notice the content safety studio. There are three types of content you can moderate. One is the text, the second one is the image, the last one is your multi-model. The text content as well as the image content, these two are general available. And the last one, which talks about the multi-model content, it is still in the private preview. Suppose if the content you are dealing with your self-harm content, and similarly the image content which is related to a violence content type of image, as a developer you are supposed to monitor these type of activities related to content safety studio. You can use the service called it as monitor online activity. This is the option where you will be monitoring your content related to text or related to image as well. In terms of monitoring, you can monitor the 24 hours data related to text as well as image. Or else, if you want to monitor for the 15 days related content moderation, or else custom number of days content moderation, that is possible related to your on monitor the online activity option. Finally, the building the custom solution. This particular option is as of now, it is not available in the Content Safety Studio page. Instead of that, if you want to build your own custom solution for your respective model, you can make use of the Content Safety APIs. And this particular Content Safety Studio, it is it is still, the updates are going. If you want to use or if you want to make use of this Content Safety Studio with the help of your Content Safety API, it is possible to use it. I'll show the Content Safety Studio capabilities in the Content Safety itself. But the only one thing it is, you may not able to execute the contents in your Content Safety Studio because the update is still going on. These are the severity levels available as part of the Content Safety Studio. One is the low severity, safe severity, low, medium, high. Safe is 0, your low is 2, your medium is 4, and 6 is being the highest severity. The various types of content classification categories are violence content, self-harm content, sexual content, and hate content. These are the content classifications levels available in your Content Safety Studio. So how we'll able to build a custom solution using your Content Safety Studio? In order to build any custom solution in your Content Safety Studio, you need three important prerequisites. Number one, you should have a Python 3.7 library or even the higher version of Python. The second one, you should have a valid Azure subscription. And finally, you should have the Azure AI Content Safety resource, which we have to create from the Azure portal. These are the three major prerequisites it is required in order to build a solution that is related to custom option. So for this, what I will be doing now, before we start any particular Azure related services, those are new. How to get a Azure subscription account? So in order to get your Azure subscription account, Microsoft is providing $200 USD credits for a free trial subscription. You can log in with your credit card. It will depict 2 rupees from your credit card, and within a week's time, the 2 rupees will revert to your account. So this free trial subscription is valid only for 1 month's time. After 1 month's time, you may able to upgrade your free trial subscription into pay as you go subscription. So after this free trial subscription creation, the next important stuff is, since we are going to build a custom solution using Python library, we will be downloading the Visual Studio Code from this particular URL. You are supposed to download the Visual Studio Code tool from this respective URL. So since we are going to use the Windows as an operating system, you should download the Windows related Visual Studio Code tool. So these three are the major prerequisites in order to begin building your custom solution using the Content Safety Studio. Apart from this, your subscription by the time will be ready with respect to your Microsoft Azure portal. So what we will be doing is, in the search bar, we will be looking for the service which is named as Content Safety. So the Content Safety, it is a service we'll create now. This Content Safety service will be a part of your Azure AI services. Earlier it was called it as the cognitive services. Let's create a Content Safety resource. So I'm hitting the button create button. So any content safety or any service you want to create under Microsoft Azure platform, you should have a subscription first. The subscription could be a free trial subscription, or it could be a pay as you go subscription, or it could be an enterprise subscription. Afterwards, you require a resource group. A resource group, it is a container where all the Azure resources will be placed under the resource group container. We'll create a resource group. So I'm creating the resource group, name it as devrg. So devrg is a resource group I'm creating now. So in which particular region you want to deploy the content safety services? The content safety services, it is not available in all the regions. It is region restriction. So let me deploy this content safety service in the East US region. Then we need to provide the name of the content safety resource, what we are going to create now. So I'm going to create a content safety resource. Let's consider insurance content safety demo. So this is the content safety name I'm going to create it. And we need to use the pricing tier. So there are two types of pricing tier available. One is the free pricing tier, and the second one is your standard pricing tier. The free pricing tier may not have all the capabilities, only restricted capabilities. Let's go for the standard type because it has all the capabilities are available under the standard pricing tier subscription. Once it is done, you have to hit the button review plus create. So now what is going to happen? The validation started verifying in the background. Once the validation becomes successful, the create button will be enabled. Just hit the create button. The moment you hit the create button, what is happening here? The deployment started. In a minute or two, this particular deployment will become successful. So once the deployment is successful, we can redirect to our content studio. So currently the content safety studio is still in the progress option. So what we will be doing, we will take the key and the endpoint from the content safety studio. So just go to the resource. Once you go to the resource, in the resource management section, there is an option name it as keys and endpoint. So under this keys and endpoint, we have two keys. One is key 1, the another one is key 2, and which location we been deployed at, as well as the endpoint of your uh, content safety resource. So what we will do, we will take any one of the key and the endpoint for building our custom solution. And if you see this content safety studio, still it is in progress. I will tell you what are the options we may able to explore it. So just I'll be redirecting to the content safety studio. So in the content safety studio, first one is we will be moderating the text content. When it comes to the moderating a text content, so we have four types of uh, prompts which are already inbuilt. One is the safe prompt. So the prompt says about chopping tomatoes and cutting them into cubes or edges are the great ways to practice your knife skill. In this prompt, if I start hitting the test button, so what will happen? The content safety client along with your text moderation API, it will be checking in the background. And this particular prompt, whether it is a safe prompt in the sense it will be accepted in your filter category. So what are four types of category levels we have? One is violence, self-harm, sexual, hate. These are the four types of categories. By default, their threshold limits are medium. The moment you start hit this test button, what will happen is this particular content will check in your text moderation API. Since this particular prompt, it is a safe content, it will give the result as safe prompt. Similarly, if you want to deal with your prompt related to violent content with misspelling. So this is the violence content with misspelling. And if you hit the test button, what will happen is this content will say it is rejected due to the violence filter. Similarly, you may have a content where you have multiple categories. When I say multiple categories, it could be related to self harm as well as it could be related to your violence as well. Look at this prompt. A 51-year-old man was found dead in his car. There were blood stains on the dashboard and the windscreen. At autopsy, a deep oblique, long incisive injury was found on the front of the neck. It turns out that he died by suicide. If you analyze this particular prompt, in this prompt, we may able to identify there are content related to self-harm as well as violence. When such type of content is there, you will be getting the status as rejected status. This type of content will not be accepted when it comes to the content safety studio. And even the content safety studio, it is applicable as well as it is available in multiple languages in your prompt. So this prompt, if you notice, this is a prompt about your text as well as your in French language it has written. And if you notice that painfully twist his arm and then punch him in the face, and we have a French related languages there. And if you notice, this content is also rejected because of violence category. So as of now, if you notice, all these type of content are a safe content, and there are content related to violence, there are content related to self-harm, there are content related to multiple language as well. These are very simple test prompt. But in real time, whenever you want to analyze any bulk test related content, you have to go for the option called it as run bulk test. In this run bulk test, you can see a data set with a safe content. So since it is a data set with a safe content, it's not a single prompt. We have a CSV file with a huge amount of prompt. And how do you identify this particular prompt as a safe prompt or an unsafe prompt in a sense? With the help of the identifier or the placeholder called it as label. Whenever the label 0 indicates the corresponding prompt is a safe prompt. So in this case, you will be getting the safe percentage related to 100 percentage. All the prompts are safe in terms of completion. And similarly, if you notice a data set with multiple risk categories, where you can identify the identifier one meaning this particular prompt is not a safe prompt, it is an unsafe prompt, and 0 indicates it is a safe prompt. So in this case, you will be getting the combination of results like 75 percentage of prompts are safe and remaining 25 percentage of prompts are unsafe. So this is the way the content safety studio will look like, and all these are the ready-made prompts which are available in the content safety studio. As a developer, we may not deal with this the existing prompt. We have to build a prompt in terms of custom solution. How to build a custom solution, that we'll be discussing as part of the API's concern. So once this type of prompts are done, we'll go to the monitor online activity. There is an option called as monitor online activity. In this monitor online activity, what will be happening in the sense? You will have different types of API type like analyze text or analyze image, or it could be multi-model. So in this case, what will happen is you will able to analyze the data for 24 hours or for 7 days or 30 days or 90 days or custom number of days. You can monitor it. And this particular content safety studio feature, it is still in your updating phase. That's what this particular option is not available at this time. Then it will be available in another day's time. The content safety studio will be up. So now what we will be dealing with, we will be dealing in terms of the custom solution building. How the custom solution building is going to happen. So in order to build a model related to custom solutions of text moderation, we will be using the library called it as Azure AI Content Safety. This Azure AI Content Safety, it is the Python library in order to build your custom solutions using the Content Safety Studio. So what you are supposed to do, you have to take this particular command, you go to the Visual Studio. So go to the Visual Studio Code. In the Visual Studio Code, you can notice there is an option called as terminal. In the terminal, you need to type this command as pip install Azure AI Content Safety. It will say if the particular library is already installed, it will say the requirement is already satisfied. If this particular library is not installed, what will happen? The library, it will be started downloading and the respective packages will be installed successfully. So whenever you need any text moderation, remember this particular package, name it as the pip install Azure AI Content Safety. This particular package is used to install your Python library for the Content Safety Studio. So the very first use case, what we will be doing now, what are the steps in order to create the text moderation related to custom model building? The very first step, we will be installing the packages related to the Azure AI Content Safety. Then you need to get the endpoints and the key from the Azure portal. Afterwards, we will be using the class call it as content safety client from the API. Then you will use the analyzed text option class. In that analyzed text option class, we will be passing the text related prompt to analyze the text based prompts. And finally, we will define a try catch block. In the try catch block, we will be calling the function. The name of the function is nothing but analyze text function. And inside the analyze text function, you have to pass the request as a parameter. Then finally, the respective severity level scores will be printed. And in the main function, we will be calling the function name is called it as analyze text option. So these are the major seven steps which are used to create any text related moderation in your content safety. So let's see the steps how we need to embed or how will you use in terms of your VS code. Let's see this. So for this, what is the function name I have written is the function name I have written name it as the analyzed text option. The analyzed text option is the name of the function we are going to moderate now. So under this analyze text option function, we will be importing the necessary packages like OS package and Azure AI Content Safety packages we will be imported. So from the Azure AI Content Safety API, what are the classes we've been imported is Content Safety Client. Since we are going to moderate the text moderation, we will be using the text category. Similarly, we will be using the keys and the endpoint from the Azure portal. We have to use Azure key credential. And if there is any exception occurs, the class name we used for it is HTTP response error. And since we are going to moderate the text moderation, we have to use analyze text options. In the line number 11, we will be passing the key and we will be passing the endpoint. In 15th line, we started creating a client called as content safety client. Inside the content safety client, we passed the endpoint as well as we passed the key. And in the line number 19, we will start constructing the request. How do you construct a request? With the help of this analyze text option class, we started constructing the request. Here, you have to pass your text based prompt. So text based prompt, we have to pass it here. And in the 25th line, we are going to construct as well as define the try catch block. In the try catch block, you have to call the function name called as analyze text. Inside the analyze text, we will be passing request as a parameter. If this is passed, then your corresponding severity scores will get printed. Else, what will happen? It will be printing the error code as well as the error message. Suppose if the prompt is it of the hate severity, then hate severity result will print. If it is related to self harm and self harm severity result will print. If it is a sexual based content, then the content it will print as sexual based severity value it will print. If it is related to violence severity, it will print the violence severity content. So finally, what is going to happen in the main function? We will be calling the function name is called as analyze text. So what I will be doing now, let me pass the prompt. So this is a prompt I'm going to pass. Chopping tomatoes and cutting them into cubes. So this one, let me pass it. So I pass this prompt. Let's execute this code. Python name of the file name is sample1.py. So since this particular prompt is a safe prompt, we will get the severity score all are 0. So what is the prompt is chopping tomatoes, cutting them into cubes or edges are the great ways to practice your knife skill. So instead of this, if I pass this particular prompt, See the result. This prompt is about self-harm as well as your violence severity. Okay, because it is multiple categories. Similarly, if you want to check about multiple languages in one sentence prompt, we can check that as well. Let's see the result. This is about violence prompt. So you will be getting the violence severity as 4. So this is the way which is used to build any custom solutions using your content safety API. So as of now, we have seen the API related to text. Since it is a text, we will be using the API which is named as the text detection API. When it comes to image, we will start using the image detection API. So let's see the image detection API. The same code, but there are few changes. So what are the changes I am going to make? So before I will make the changes, what is there in the content safety studio related to image? Let me explain that, then accordingly I will move on to the custom solution. So in your content safety studio, when it comes to images, for example, so this is the image. So in the image part, you can notice you can upload an image and you're going to check whether the image is a safe image or it is an unsafe image. So how we uploaded the text related content, the same thing we can check it out for moderating the image as well. So whether it is a safe image or it is a self-harm image or this is about AI generated sexual content or not, that is possible to moderate with the help of moderating the image content. And you can notice as part of the responsible AI policy, all the images are blurred by default. That's a privacy and security policy of responsible AI. Then how do you ensure that this particular image is a safe image content or unsafe image content is by looking at the caption, you can see an image of two children holding hands and smiling at sunset, which means this is a safe image. An image of a girl holding a firearm with the intention of self harm. This type of content is nothing but your unsafe content. So these are the options available in the content safety studio, but how to build as a custom solution. In order to build for a custom solution, so what we will be using is the same uh, keys and endpoint. Keys and endpoints are same, but what are the other options we will be changing? The first option, we will install the packages which is Azure AI Content Safety, and we will get the keys and endpoint from the Azure portal. The same content safety class, but instead of this image, what we will be doing is we will be using one of the class called as image category class. In the image category class, we will be passing the image path. So once we pass the image path, whether the corresponding image is a safe image or unsafe image, your image category class will able to identify it. So let's check that image category class. You can see here, with the help of this image category class, we can identify whether the uploaded image is a safe image or the uploaded image is an unsafe image. You can identify it. So what we will be passing here, we will be passing the key, we will be passing the endpoint, we have to pass the image path, the same thing. And line number 18, in the line number 18, we just open the image in the read option, and with the help of this analyze image class, we will be passing the entire image and we will be reading the content of the image. Then the same thing, there is no changes, only one changes. We will be passing the image path, and how image path can be read in the sense, with the help of analyze image options, we will be able to read the content of the image. And in the main function, we will call the function name analyze image. Now you might be wondering, what is this image.jpg? Let me show you What is that image.jpg? So this is the image of image.jpg, and if you notice the image.jpg, whether this type of image is a safe image or unsafe image, it is a violence content. So let's see the result. Let me execute the code. Python sample1.py. So this particular uploaded image belongs to violence severity. That's what the score has been 2. Suppose if I change the image path instead of image.jpg, let me put the image.i2.image. So i2.jpg is nothing but this is the image. You can notice that. So you can see while chopping tomatoes, unfortunately it got hurt in my hand and you got blood as well. So it is a self harm as well as it is your violence content. You can see this. Save the file. Let me execute. Python sample1.py. You can see self harm severity was 6 and the violence severity number was 2. So these are the steps we have to follow related to image moderation. For your text moderation, we will be using analyze text option class. For image moderation, we will be using analyze image option class. Instead of text based prompt, we will be passing the image path. So third use case, what we will be discussing is the third use case. So when you do your content safety related to text, what will happen sometimes? There are certain words which are inappropriate and those are abusive words. We need to block those words. In order to block those words, you have to use one of the API called it as text block management API. So what is the name of the API? In order to block your inappropriate content is text block list management API. This text block list management API, any words whenever you start analyzing in your text moderation, those words are inappropriate related to your content, then in that case you have to use the API called it as text block list management API. So how to deal with the text management, the text blocklist management API. So for text blocklist management API, so we will be creating close to 9 functions we will be creating under the main function. One is create or update text blocklist, add blocklist item, analyze text with the blocklist, list the text block list, get the text block list, list block items, get block items, remove the block list. So these are the functions we are going to create for your text block list management API. The very first function, which is, let me explain it. Yeah. Create or update text block list. In the create or update text block list, we will be passing the key and second one we are passing the endpoint. Instead of content safety client, what is the client are we creating is block list client. So block list client we are creating. Inside the block list client, we are passing the endpoint and we are passing the key. What is the block list name are we going to create? The name of the block list name we are going to create is test block list. And this is a description. So inside the try block, you will be calling the function name create or update text block list. So we will be passing the block list name as well as block list description in the block list options. Then if this is not going to be validated, then it will print the error code and the error message class. Similarly, the second functionality which is called as add block items. When I say add block items, any text related to inappropriate content like kill, hate, suicide, those type of words which we have to block it in your text moderation API. For that, you will be using one of the class name called as text block list item class. Inside the text block list item class, words like kill, hate, suicide, those inappropriate words, we will be passing inside the text block list item class. After we passed it, if it is there, then it will add it. If it is not there, it will print the error code and the error message. Similarly, we will analyze the block list item class. So what are the block list item class, and in the input text I'm having I hate you and I want to, this one of the inappropriate content. So this inappropriate content you want to remove it, you have to use text block list management API. So let's see the execution here. If you notice the execution, so the block list has been created successfully. So how many block list inappropriate words are there? These two are the inappropriate words. And for the inappropriate words, it is created a block item ID. The block item ID has been created and the inappropriate text followed by the description. And what are the block lists we have been created? The name of the block list we created is test block list, and this test block list we will be getting with the help of the functionality called as get block list. So there are two items which are there in the block list item ID. One is this inappropriate word and the second inappropriate word. Then which inappropriate word you have to remove, in the sense the skill inappropriate word we have to remove it. Whichever inappropriate word has been removed, the respective block item ID will be removed. So finally, we will be deleting the all the resources related to the block list item management class using deleted block list. So these three are the important use cases related to building a custom solution using the Content Safety Studio. So once you are done with your custom solutions building, you can monitor the same content safety studio in the monitoring section activity. In the monitoring section activity, if any block list items are there, it will be appeared in the block list detection. All the block list items are there, it will be appeared in your block list item detection. So these three are the use cases are there in your content safety studio. Let's move on to the next one. So what are the various use cases you can use the Content Safety Studio? If you notice that there are various use cases the Content Safety we may be able to implement it. One is in the online marketplaces, if I want to moderate the inappropriate content related to the marketing related materials, you can use Content Safety. Similarly, in the gaming platform, if you want to moderate any chat room content or any gaming artifact you want to moderate it, you can go for the content safety under the gaming feed. And in the social messaging platform, any appropriate content related to text, audio, video, you want to moderate it, then you can go for the content safety in the social messaging platform. In the education solution provider, any inappropriate content related to education, if you want to remove it, you can use content safety as a major use cases. In the enterprise media companies, if you want to moderate any content which are related to your text, which are related to image or a multi-model, you can use your content safety use cases in the enterprise media content. So other than this content safety use cases, how content safety use case you can use it in the Azure OpenAI Studio. See, if you want to use it in the Azure OpenAI Studio, we will be creating the Azure OpenAI resource. In the Azure OpenAI resource, let me create one Azure OpenAI resource. I'm creating one resource related to Azure OpenAI. So here I'm creating one Azure OpenAI resource. So in the chat playground, if you are asking any questions which are inappropriate content, then automatically your content safety studio severity levels and the moderators will be triggered in your chat playground. As well as the same thing it is applicable in the machine learning prompt flow as well. Once it is done, go to the resource, Azure OpenAI Studio. Here let me create a deployment. Let me ask a question. So we have to wait for 5 minutes, then only this particular resource will be deployed here. Meanwhile, what I will do, let me talk about the pricing aspect. So what are different types of pricing available related to content safety? One is the free tier pricing type, and another one is the standard tier pricing. For free tier in your East US region is 5,000 text records per month, it is free. And in your standard tier, which is for 1,000 records, the charge will be dollar 3.8 USD dollars. And for images is 5,000 images per month is free in your free tier. Similar in the standard tier, we have for per 1,000 images, the charges are $0.75 in the content safety pricing. This is for East US. If you want to know the other list of pricing related to your content safety, you can make use of this as well. If you start changing the region, you may able to see the pricing in the other regions as well. So as part of the best practices, once you have created a resource, what you are supposed to do, let me go to the portal again. We need to remove the resources. So once you have to clean up all the resources, whatever you have been created under the content safety, you can remove it. Just go to the content safety, check this one, and you can delete it. This is a way you will be cleaning up the resources. Okay, let us check whether it is available. Hmm. Here, if I'm typing a question, how to make an atom bomb. So this is not appropriate content. So you will be getting a violence severity. So in your Azure OpenAI as well as your machine learning in prompt flow, the content safety it is enabled by default. If you want to enable your content filter levels, you can enable it. So that's it. Path over to you, Path.
Thank you, Janardhan. Thank you so much for the exciting session. And yes, if you all have any questions, please drop questions in the comment section. We'll wait for a couple of minutes. And also, I have shared the links of the Learn Docs where which can help you to take your learning further. So this is the one link, and there is one more link for Azure AI Content Safety Studio. Yes, and yes, I think there are no questions up for today's event. Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Nathan. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for doing this. And
Thank you
yes,
so much, Parth.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Parth, for providing this opportunity. Looking forward to you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.